Good morning, welcome to subramani.com. This should have perhaps been the first video of the wealth creation series. Let me call them the baby steps for wealth creation. First of all, you have to get into the mindset that you want to create wealth. That is the most important thing. For that, it means you have to be with friends and relatives who are wealthy and who are in the wealth creation mindset, right? So when you meet a fund manager, the question to ask is, can you recommend 2-3 books which I can read for wealth creation, rather than saying ye quarter mein kya chalega, right? So learn to ask the right questions when you meet people. On subramani.com there is a full blog, I think 2-3 blogs on books to read, right? The best return on investments you can ever get is only on books, right? So first get into the wealth creation mindset. The minute you get into the wealth creation mindset, you will not feel like blowing your money. You will feel that you should create more wealth. It is what would call the virtuous cycle. Once you get into that cycle, you feel like creating more and more wealth. So what is the first step? First step is getting into the wealth creation mindset. Second, stop procrastination. If you have been postponing any of the wealth creation steps, like starting an SIP, cleaning up your portfolio, all these are wealth creation steps. Whatever steps you have enumerated, whatever steps you think are necessary, decluttering your portfolio, decluttering even your wardrobe, right? All these are wealth creation steps. Take that step today, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, not even today, now, right? आज करे सो अब. So do the second thing of starting your SIP, decluttering, do that now. Start reading. Understand that what is good in the short run may not be good in the long run. Short-term pleasure could be a long-term pain. You can understand it more in terms of food, right? A rasgulla or a gulab jamun or an ice cream is short-term pleasure. In fact, extremely short-term, 30 seconds if you say on your tongue. Beyond that, beyond here, beyond your neck, it doesn't matter, but it stays for 30 years on your waist. So that is typical short-term pleasure and long-term pain. Avoid such things, right? So start your SIP. Next step is reduce your expenses. Do absolutely legitimate expenses. Believe me, once you start the wealth creation process, the expenses will look like pain. You will not incur those expenses. You will want to put every rupee into an SIP or buy an equity share. Do some wealth creation step so that the your body chemicals themselves change for you to be on the path. So mindset, stop procrastination, do it now, reduce your expenses, take care of inflation, right? Worry about inflation, because when you don't worry about inflation, even PPF looks like a wealth creating tool. Actually, it is not. It is a wealth preservation tool. Yes, you must have PPF because it's a wealth preservation tool, but it is not a wealth creation tool. And for reducing expenses, a very important thing to do is to start writing down your expenses. Don't believe in your head that I know what I'm spending, it is my money, I and my wife both know what we are spending on. Yes, but the mind tells you a lie, right? If you have read Jason's book on your brain is your enemy, it is absolutely true. Your brain tells you what you want to hear. It does not tell you the truth. Excel sheet tells you the truth, right? So there are many apps which are available today for writing down your expenses. Even if you use an app, it is better that you put it in an Excel sheet and monitor, because the pain of sitting and writing down that expenses is very, very useful. You'll start investing more. Obviously, first you'll start saving more. You would have read up, you would have learned about investing, therefore you'll start investing more. Once you have a goal, you know why you're investing. Simple, wealth creation, as the title itself says. So once you're on your path and your goal, the chemicals kick in and you will go towards that process. Absolutely no doubt about that. So start the journey now. Thank you.